I'm going to show you a 3-step framework to turn classic cheat meals, classic unhealthy meals, into high protein healthy meals you can eat every day if you wanted to, right? It's a 3-step framework. So first, substitute. Next, moderate. Third, add protein. So first, I'm going to give you some examples and then show you what I mean. So let's start with one example of French toast. So how do you make French toast into a high protein healthy version? You moderate the fats. So you reduce the egg yolks. So let's say you do 3 egg whites and only 1 whole egg. And instead of using a ton of butter, you just use a bit of butter, right? Simple things like that. Then for the actual bread, you can choose a slightly lower calorie option, but you don't have to. How much you moderate the fats and carbs is up to you. And then just by adding egg whites, you're increasing the protein. So that's good. Another example is burgers, right? How do you substitute moderate and increase protein? Very simple. You have one burger with 2 patties, and the patties, make sure they're 90-10 ground beef. Don't get the 80-20, there's too much fat in there. 90-10 ground beef for the patties, double patty, use low fat cheese, and instead of using, high calorie, dense toppings and sauces like ketchup and mayonnaise, just use hot sauce, mustard, and pickles. And you can obviously add like tomatoes and lettuce and jalapenos, onions, whatever veg you want. But stay away from the ketchup and mayonnaise because that does add up. And go for a hot sauce and mustard. And then instead of fries on the side, you either can oven bake your fries, or you can have like a side of corn, a side salad, whatever you want, right? But it's a completely different meal with completely different nutrient density and protein if you cook it at home with a few slight substitutions, or if you eat it out at a restaurant where you don't know how much oil they're using, if they're using seed oils, how much butter they're using, what's the quality, right? When you cook it at home, you can make simple substitutions to increase protein, lower the fats and carbs, and you know exactly what you're eating, what you're consuming, what you're putting in your body. I'll give you a couple more examples. Spaghetti meatballs or spaghetti bolognese. Use 90-10 lean ground beef again, low fat cheese, and then just make sure you have an even amount of meatballs or bolognese to pasta, right? If you have a massive plate of pasta and just a bit of meatballs, you're not going to be getting much protein, but the meal is fine as long as the portions are under control and you have equal amounts protein to equal amounts pasta, right? If it's balanced and 50% of your plate's protein, it's going to be a good meal. It's going to keep you full and you're going to be able to hit your daily protein targets because that's going to be your number one priority with nutrition. And if you ask guys who have been in shape for 3, 5, 10 years, the number one thing they all do is every day they hit their protein targets. And you can still do this while enjoying typically unhealthy meals or typical cheat meals if you make a few side substitutions. And the thing is, it doesn't even taste worse. Like French toast with egg whites still tastes great. Spaghetti meatballs with lean ground beef still tastes awesome. Burgers with 2 patties and no fries, still great. So you can have these nice, delicious meals with these slight adjustments. And the benefit of this is you're more likely to stick to your diet if you're eating burgers and French toast than if you're eating boiled chicken breast and just egg whites. You got to be smart because weight loss is a long-term game. And if you want to be consistent and actually have something that's sustainable, your meals have to at least be an 8 out of 10 taste-wise. If you are looking towards your next meal, like you're going for a workout and you're like, okay, my post-workout meal is boiled chicken, rice, and fucking broccoli, that's not going to excite you. You're going to be like, damn, when is this diet over? But if you know you're coming back and you're having, like, let's say fried chicken or some oven-baked fries or some burgers or French toast or spaghetti meatballs, something you actually enjoy, you're going to be more excited, so you'll be more consistent and you won't be dreading your meals, right? Bonus recipe, last recipe, and this is nacho chips. Really easy. You just find low calorie tortillas, get like 3, 4, 5, whatever, chop them up into eights, put them in the oven at, let's say, 350 for 10-15 minutes so they get slightly crispy. Then you add some lean protein, can be lean beef, can be chicken, can be shrimps, whatever, and some veg, olives, corn, whatever you want to put, peppers, and then you bake it for a little bit more. Add some cheese on top, preferably low-fat cheese, and delicious. You have nachos that are high protein and filling, right? The 2 things you want to prioritize are protein in terms of just hitting the overall number, but also making sure the ratio of each meal is solid, which means at least half your plate's protein, And also fiber, because fiber keeps you full. If each meal you're getting a decent amount of protein, decent amount of fiber, you'll be good, brother. Focus on the big pillars and don't major in the minors.